They called it just pigment, just color, just something skin happened to have. But in Sunspire City, people were about to learn the truth. Because when the sky flashed white and every screen in the city turned blank, protection itself was under attack. Out of the haze came Dr. Bleach, laughing as his reactor pulsed with a sterile, hungry glow. He did not want money. He did not want fame. He wanted erasure. Color, warmth, shielding, resilience, gone. And as his machine sent a bleaching wave through the plaza, the sunlight grew harsher, sharper, almost painful. That was when a shadow crossed the ground. Calm, steady, powerful, Melanin Man had arrived. Dr. Bleach sneered, "You cannot stop pure light." But Melanin Man did not flinch. He lifted one hand, and the blinding beam struck a dark shimmer round his suit. Not reflected, absorbed. "That is where you are wrong," he said. "Melanin does more than color. It protects." The energy dimmed as if the light itself had been swallowed. Real protection, real absorption. In the natural world, melanin helps shield against damage from radiation, including ultraviolet light. And here, in the heart of the city, that truth became power. The crowd watched as the hero turned the villain's brightest weapon into silence. What Dr. Bleach called weakness was already proving to be defense. Dr. Bleach changed tactics. If light could not break the hero, metal would pin him down. Razor drones swarmed the air, their silver edges slicing toward the plaza. But Melanin Man narrowed his eyes and reached into another truth. Melanin has the ability to bind certain metal ions. In science, that matters. In battle, it mattered even more. The swirling shards began to wobble. Their formation broke. One by one, they were drawn off course, sticking together in a harmless cluster above his palm. The drones collapsed into a tangled knot of dead weight. The villain stepped back, stunned. Melanin Man had not smashed the trap, he had neutralized it. Knowledge moved through every strike, every defense, every breath. Dr. Bleach fled to the harbor of light, where his final machine waited above the waterline. "Let us see you absorb this," he shouted, charging a tower built to drain the city and amplify his bleaching wave across the coast. Lightning flickered, the air buzzed, then Melanin Man smiled. There was one more property the villain had failed to understand. Melanin has been studied for semiconductor-like behavior, a material that can interact with and move energy in remarkable ways. As Dr. Bleach flooded the tower with power, Melanin Man stepped onto the rain-slick steel and placed both hands on the core. The amber lines in his suit blazed. He did not just block the energy, he redirected it. Rain began to fall, waves thundered against the docks, and with the water all around him, Melanin Man's controls sharpened. Studies have suggested melanin can show increased electrical response in hydrated conditions. Here, by the harbor, in the storm, he became a living circuit of calm power. Pulse by pulse, he drew the runaway energy into order. The machine screamed, sparked, and died. Dr. Bleach reached for his gauntlet, but the hero sent one final controlled surge through the soaked platform, shorting the weapon without harming the man. Silence rushed in after the storm of noise. The city lights flickered back to life across the bay. Protection had won. By morning, the clouds had broken. Sunspire City glowed again, not washed out, not erased, but alive. Dr. Bleach stared at the silent shell of his machine and finally understood what he had tried to deny. Melanin was never just pigment. It was protection, a shield against harsh light, a partner with metals, a material with remarkable energy behavior, a force that changed with the environment and answered the world with resilience. Melanin Man turned toward the rising sun, his cape moving in the sea breeze. "Never confuse what is visible with what is valuable," he said. "Some of the greatest power in the world has been underestimated for far too long." And as the harbor blazed gold, the people of the city looked on and saw not just a hero, but a truth made unforgettable.